Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to a replay sent in by Dusty. So, dustydarter once again takes to the skies. I hope I got his name right. Let me check real quick there. Okay, good. Don't want to get him confused with anybody else. And he told me he had a great match in the F6F. And you know what? I think that's rather rare to see these days. A lot of people underestimate the F6F, but with 650 cals mounted in the wings, it does have an adequate amount of firepower. It starts on the airfield, unlike the P-47, but in many ways is similar to that aircraft, except I believe you're a bit lighter weight. It's certainly more nimble in a turn, and does it have a slightly better climb rate? They have a similar climb rate, I think. So you're going to be playing a boom and zoom playstyle in this aircraft. And other than that, well, it's up to you to make it work. It's certainly not the how would you say this? The dominator of the meta that the P-47 is currently. And people can often underestimate this American beauty. It is a neat looking aircraft, in line with the other F series of fighters in the American naval fighter line, and it performs sorry, my voice got a little squeaky there. It performs as you would expect out of an American fighter: good speed, decent energy retention, and 50 caliber ammunition. And with that, let's turn on the UI. Oh, not all these unwanted elements, sorry about that. And see if we can't see anything in these clouds. Let's speed things up a little bit till he's getting up to about 5k before he gets close to any enemy aircraft. That's very wise of him. And now he's dumping all of his speed into altitude and turning toward the melee. And with that, let's shut off the UI real quick and give you guys a cinematic view. Enemy aircraft, what is that? Let's use our identification. Looks like a BF-109 from the yellow nose. Comes in for a head-on, gets shredded. Nice. Now the rest of the enemy team is below him, so Dusty can take his pick of the litter, as it were, and strew the battlefield with the broken bits of their aircraft. At least that's the plan. Dusty, looking around feverishly here, notices an enemy above him, so it would be wise for him to get out of the area, and that's exactly what he's doing. Diving down to a lower altitude to engage targets of opportunity. You see those dots squirming around down there at low altitude? He's going to be diving on a Ta-152, is it? The premium, Ta-154, I think, right? Anyway, Ta-Ta. Big, heavy fighter of the German line, premium, powerful, powerful guns, but not able to take sustained fire from American 50 cals, as you're about to see. Beautiful aircraft, but it is no more. I'd like to see more of the Ta on this channel. I do have one myself. Maybe it's time I take one out for a spin. And now Dusty is using all of his speed to catch up to another BF-109. This time he's on its tail. This German fighter stands little chance from this position. The F6F, as you can see, has plenty of ability to kill at range, or at this range. And, well, there's just not much you can do to outmaneuver an F6F at low altitude from that position. So you BF-109 pilots, keep your altitude. That's the only card you got going for you. But that, as they say, is that. And now we take a look at Dusty's score. He has 3 kills now, and I happen to know he's going to pick up one more before going back to base. And here comes a BF-109 and a head-on. Will this be our lucky lad? Will this be the winner of the American 50 cal Derp Award? Yeah, absolutely. And with a beautiful fireball flying past him, I should stop the video and grab that for a screenshot. That's pretty great. Now let's speed things up because Dusty needs to head back to base. He's taken some engine damage. He's taken some other hits to the airplane that are affecting his flight model, although the F6F seems to be flying fairly well with a damaged airframe, which is always good to know. Naval fighters tend to be a bit sturdier. Sorry, my tongue is a little bit lazy today. And a nice landing by Dusty with 4 kills, and he has yet to return to the air. So, let's speed things up once again. Look at that. Look away, children. War Thunder got weird. And so we're just speeding through, moving right along. Once again, Dusty is not a fool. He is climbing before engaging the enemy, using that good sense that experienced pilots ought to employ on a regular basis. And now he's turning in toward this BF-109, still quite a ways out, so he's continuing to climb as he heads toward the enemy. Not sure what the rest of his team is doing. I haven't been paying attention to them, and it turns out that there's 2 of these guys, so this could be a challenge. Dusty, again, fearlessly engaging these enemy fighters. He'll probably go for a head-on here, as he's done in the past. Not a bad idea when you're in a heavy naval fighter like the F6F. It's best to make the enemy play defensively as much as possible. So spraying in the head-on, not bad at all. If I was in that BF-109F, I wouldn't have gone for a head-on with an F6F, but again, people underestimate this plane. Now, Dusty has critical engine damage. He's diving hard to avoid the other BF-109, checking his tail. Is the enemy diving on him? I hear an engine, but that sounds to me like the engine of another American naval fighter. In fact, I believe, does that sound like the French variant? Yeah, I smell a little bit of baguette fumes from the exhaust ports. So, Dusty got the backup that he needed. That ally jumps on the BF-109 and allows Dusty to limp back to the airfield. Let's speed things up. Great job on that French pilot for rescuing our hero, Dusty the Pretzel Darter. And now Dusty's cutting his speed nicely, going in for the landing. Coming in hot. Gears have barely extended by the time he touches down, and he makes it look easy. Nicely done, lad. Great game all around. The last enemy player is going to get finished off before Dusty can get back to altitude, and all I can say is, again, well done, sir. Here she is, lads and ladies, the F6F. Not a bad vehicle by any means. Not at the top of the pile, in my humble opinion, but when the P-47 gets the nerf that it's been waiting for, we will see how the F6F compares. These two have always been sort of jockeying for the same position. Anyway, guys, this has been a nice video showing Dusty, giving us a good look at the F6F and what it can do. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.